Hello everyone, welcome to SlipjointSawyer. Today we're diving down that rabbit hole again, which is Victorinox Swiss Army knives. We're going to be taking a look at an older model today. This is the Grand Prix. It's model number 1.4752.73. Picked this up from my good friend Paddy at Paddy's Potato Peelers. He was looking to get rid of some of his Swiss Army knives and he knew I was on a sort of a kick for them, so he offered it to me for a very reasonable price. So I really appreciate that, Paddy. Thank you very much. Just go over the brief history really of this model. So it was manufactured between 1980 and 1995. Earlier models had the fine screwdriver with no parcel hook. So you can see on the back here, this is where the parcel hook would be. And there's nothing there, it's just a blank for a spring. And then this would be the fine screwdriver here. It's like a really small flathead. Taking a look at this as well, based on the tang stamp, this one was manufactured between 86 and 92. So you can see the sort of aged tang stamp here. You have Victorinox Switzerland stainless rostfrei, and then on the back you can see, so I get the light, there we go. So the crossbow with the cross touching, meaning it's between 86 and 92, and then Officer Swiss. This obviously is a predecessor to the Mountaineer, which pretty much has the same tool set, but with the added corkscrew and the keyring on the side as well. But as it's an earlier model, we'll go through some of the tools and have a quick look over the scales. So as it's an earlier Victorinox, this is actually an antique car that's been made out of metal and inlaid in there. I don't know if you can see how intricate that is. There's designs on the seats, the little dots on there. You can see the steering wheel, the wheels. It's been done to an absurd amount of quality and inlaid as well into the scales. And I mean, that's just second to none in my book. Like, that must be so time consuming and frustrating to get that to fit in there perfectly. And you can feel that it's in there because, you know, it's metal on plastic, but there's nothing to catch your finger on. It's smooth. It's done very well. Same with the Victorinox shield on here as well. One of the things I really do like about picking up the older models is I can see, you know, someone has used this and loved it. So you can see you've got like the marks in the scales there. I have sort of polished it up a bit to bring a bit of a shine to it. On the back as well, you can also see the, you know, the normal age related wear. And that's something I really sort of look out for when I'm buying an older knife. Yes, I love the new old stock knives, but I really enjoy the ones that have got a bit of history with them. So I'll go over the tool set now and see what's part of this Grand Prix. So on the front of the scales here, you have the tweezers. And on the back of the scales, you have the toothpick. On the reverse, you have the sort of the square screwdriver, and this does have the can key in it. So for like tinned meats like corned beef, things like that, you can put the tab in there if you lose the key, and you can open it that way. And then obviously you can see that it's a Phillips head screwdriver there as well. As I mentioned at the start, earlier model, so it has the fine screwdriver. And it also has the owl and reamer, but without the eye, as this was a model that was before the eye was introduced. You can see that it also has a sort of a chamfered off edge there, so it's more of a point on the older models compared to the newer ones. And we'll also have a look at the cap lifter, wire stripper, and the large flathead. Again, another variation for the earlier models. There's no half stop on this, so this is before they introduced that as well. We have on the right hand side the tin opener and the small flathead screwdriver, which can sort of double as a small Phillips if you use it on the corner. We also have the scissors. And you can see, again, another sort of depiction of the older model. We have the scissors that have the small flathead screw in there to hold them together. You see, they've had a little bit of use, but they're still in fantastic condition for the age of the knife. Still have plenty of spring in them. We also have on this side, so this is a file and a metal saw. After reading it up, I wasn't sure if it was a metal saw or not, but it looks like it has been used a bit as the teeth are quite worn down. But as I said, love a knife with a bit of history. You can see you have the file on this side, and then again on this side with the nail nick. I'm trying to get those teeth to focus on that metal saw. Yeah, you can kind of see them there. Very sort of shallow. Obviously this would be sort of used in a pinch rather than sort of something you'd use all the time. And then the back two tools on this, you have the pen blade, and I don't think, well, you can tell it's been used, it's scratched up a little bit, but look at the condition of it for the age. I think it's an absolutely fantastic condition. Excuse the oil, I have sort of cleaned and oiled this recently just to get it back in fully working order. Still fantastic snap on all of these. And then of course the large spear blade there, again with that tang stamp I mentioned at the front, at the start, sorry. Victorinox Switzerland stainless rostfry, Officer Swiss with the crossbow shield with the cross touching, and again that puts it between 86 and 92. And then these knives were manufactured between 1980 and 1995, so a relatively early one in this sort of run, but one that's definitely been loved and used by someone, and it'll all be loved and used by myself as well. It's not something I'd want to put in a box and lock away. I tend to use all my knives, and I think that's the way it should be. Obviously some people prefer to collect and keep them as, you know, as like artwork and things like that, but that's fine as well. Whatever you enjoy, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong either way. We're all part of the same hobby. The community is a fantastic place to be in. We don't all have to have exactly the same interests to be friends. So yeah, it's just one of those things I really enjoy about the knife community, is we can all respect and enjoy each other's tastes, how they collect, things like that, what they collect. And for me, the Swiss Army knives have been sort of a big part of my collection the last sort of month. It's really expanding, and it's a sort of part of it I'm really enjoying. Not so much as, you know, the different tool sets, it's more I'm looking to get older pieces, ones, you know, from around my birth year, unique sorts of inlays and shields and things like that. Do have another piece I picked up from Paddy, which will be in a future video. But there we go, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's my sort of review and sort of look over an older Victorinox piece, the Grand Prix. Once again, manufactured between 80 and 95, and the tang stamp's about 1986 and 1992. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.